When a beloved friend or family member dies, relatives and close friends often seek out unique ways to remember them. Visiting a gravesite, keeping photographs or items owned by the individual, and telling stories about them are great ways to remember a person and who they were in life. When Joe Poskisil died in 1919, this funeral wreath was presented at his funeral. Framed in a large shadow box, the wreath, coffin plate, and photograph were placed together and hung on the wall in his family home until 1965. Now they are kept in perpetuity here at Stewart Museum. The use of a wreath during funerals dates back to ancient Greece. Wreaths of evergreen were used in early Christian burials to symbolize eternity of the resurrection. This idea continued to be used into the Victorian era and even beyond into modern times. Flowers replaced evergreen and yet continued to symbolize the renewal of life in the resurrection of the soul. Though the flowers in this wreath were artificial, those made in the Victorian era often contained flowers that held special meanings of their own. Flower language was very important, and each plant and flower had a meaning of great significance. Funeral wreaths were often built with a willow frame to symbolize mourning. The use of calla lilies represented the purity of the soul as it was released from its earthly bond and renewed innocence. Chrysanthemums symbolized truth, fidelity, and purity, along with symbols for the loss of a loved one. Roses are often the most used of flowers and can have very different meanings depending on color. White roses used in a wreath may hold significance in mourning the loss of a friend. As we approach the Memorial Day season, many wreaths will be laid out across cemeteries in remembrance of those departed. Many families choose to make their own special wreaths, including items the deceased would have enjoyed. In fact, there are hundreds of DIY sites to help people create their own. Others will make or buy pre-decorated patriotic wreaths. These could be used to decorate any grave where a person served in the military or for anyone who was especially patriotic. The age of the deceased will also dictate the size, somberness, and playfulness of the occasion. Offering flowers at a memorial site is a ritual that occurs around the world, symbolizing the beauty and brevity of life. One of the most famous instances of laying a wreath happened in Washington, D.C. at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The President of the United States participates in this tradition every Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Many other formal ceremonies and wreath layings continually happens at Arlington and throughout many countries other than the United States.